One of the most innovative flows MCs to ever come out of hip-hop and then explode beyond the perimeters of what the culture was at the time. He helped expand it. Was a young man who I first met through the group Ultramagnetic MCs, when he came out in the 90s. And his music was a mainstay on our show, the world-famous Wake Up Show, because we could never guess his flow. We could never guess his patterns. We could never guess his metaphors. And to this day, I'm still trying to decipher a lot of lyrics from the Black Elvis Lost in Space project because he writes music and songs in a way that 10, 15, 20 years from now, you will get it, and then others will be following. The one and only legendary Kool Keith is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. I'm always up here. I'm like a family up here. I'm just a relative.
Yeah, you're a relative, Keith.
You know, you and Heather, and y'all my relatives.
Well, yeah,
so.
you never take out the garbage type of relative.
Yeah.
Eats and leave his plate on a table.
That's how I was up here where we was getting on rappers following everybody. Remember?
Yeah.
We was
I
just,
remember.
oh yeah,
We
but
talking about
I guess we leave them alone, right?
Well, we don't have to.
Okay.
That's why, because who you brought here with you is important.
Yes.
Another young man sitting next to Heather B. DMC USA champion, 1991. World champion, 92, 93, 94. DJ Hall of Fame, DMC. This dude is one of the biggest innovators that ever touched a turntable, and also went beyond the realm of what turntables can truly do, what we can do with sound, using the turntables as an instrument, making sound and warping sound and bending sound in a way no one has ever done since. Good friend of mine and DJ King Tech, he's a day one with us as well.
Absolutely.
Representing the Bay Area, Northern California. Please give it up for the one and only DJ QBERT.
Beautiful.
What up,
He
Q?
has all them belts.
Huh?
Thank you.
You got more
he
belts
got a lot
than
of belts.
that. More belts than that.
Legend.
More belts than that. This other guy right here, man, I don't even know how to introduce this man. If there was ever somebody I started with at the same time and we lived parallel lives in Northern California and chasing similar dreams, cut from the same cloth, him, my brother King Tech, and I, along with others at that time, in the late 80s, early 90s, was laying down foundation to help expand the Bay Area music scene and do things as artists that we felt wasn't properly represented. This guy even had me at one point, writing lyrics for singers and actually singing those lyrics in reference vocals. Prince Paul, the Handsome Boy Modeling School projects that he's put together, the Gorillas that he's worked with, Dr. Octagon projects that he's done. I mean, his accolades go as long as I've been involved in this business. Good friend of mine. He's here today. Dan the Automator, ladies and gentlemen, is here. Please welcome Dr. Octagon.
Hey.
Hey, man, hi. How y'all doing?
All this
Very
stuff,
good.
all these three elements equal to Dr. Octagon.
Equal to Dr. Octagon. It's been 22 yeyears.
Yep.
22 years since the debut Dr. Octagon project. And I remember when it first came out, one of the things I like about all three of you guys is when you do things, it's not easily explainable initially. It's well thought out, layers to these concepts. For example, Dr. Octagon, when it first came out, man, there was a whole story behind his character. I don't know if people still reference. Has any of the story changed? Is he still an alien surgeon?
Slash
Porno.
Gynecologist.
Uh-huh.
From the year
3000.
3000.
Musically, we just stayed the same because, like you said, the first album is still new.
Uh-huh.
And the second album is just newer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we obviously, like the first album, it was all new, you know what I mean? So this album is a continuation of the lifestyle. So there's, it picks up where we left off in terms of like adventure and sound and moving along.
Dan, let me ask you a question, man, because we were talking off air about how things have changed, man. Who are some of the producers sound wise that you came up with that inspired? You know, we were all into Mantronics and all these different guys.
Yeah.
So who were some of these guys that helped shape and mold who you are?
Well, I mean, Mantronics, you just mentioned, obviously, incredible drum programming and all that stuff. I mean, just as a side note, like, really, Sway and I really do go back to, like, high school, you know what I mean? Yeah. And actually, one of my first credits, I mean, first or second credit ever was on one of his records, actually.
Yeah.
So, like, we've been talking about rap music and music in general since the very beginning. And I think for me, after Mantronics, it was the Bomb Squad, you know, Hank Shockley and those guys, Public Enemy, that whole, like, wall of sound and crazy stuff. And I think also at the same time, you know, like just how hip hop evolved. You know, like, remember when we first started hearing, like, you know, I guess it's the Marley stuff, the Eric B. and Rakim, and just hearing that, like, you know, slow flow rap with that kind of music. And then for me, after that went on, probably my next big hero was Prince Paul, actually.
Prince Paul.
You know, De La Soul, Stetsasonic, and Grave Diggers and whatnot. And, like, just by fortune in life or whatever, I got to, you know, work with him a lot and go from there. And then it's just gone on from there, because everyone, from that point on, I think there's a lot of different people who have brought a lot of different stuff to me. But like, if you took, like, the way Paul would flip sounds, the way, like, a Mantronics program would do, or the way the Bomb Squad, like, shoved it together, and then and, like, you know, it's marinating in our heads for a while. Then I started coming out from all that kind of stuff.
So when you hear, like, Boy Wonder or we got Murder Beats, all these different, the younger producers that are coming up and creating this sound that's been prominent in the music, are there cues you taking from? Are you inspired by that? Are you curious to how they come up with their thing? Because, you know, even Zaytoven has come up here and said, you know, if I can't make a beat in 5 to 10 minutes, then it ain't worth pursuing that beat. How, you know? Well,
to that point, I think, yeah, if there's no reason, if there's no reason to force something along, meaning I don't necessarily abandon something in 5 or 10 minutes, but, like, if you know it's not really working that well, it's probably the wrong thing. It doesn't mean it's bad. Even it might just not be what you're trying to do. So for me, yeah, the grain of inspiration might only take a few minutes, but then, like, fleshing it out might take longer. So maybe a little while to get going and go. Oh yeah, this is what I want to work on, or this is not what I want to work on. But then figuring it out after that.
So you can relate to that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Keith, what about you, like, lyrically? Because when you listen to Dr. Octagon, it's like he just picked up where he left off. You know, hasn't lost the beat. You know, when I listen to the different songs, like Power of the World, one of my favorites, Operation Zero. You know, it's like you just picked up where you left off. But are you influenced at all by the way rap sounds now? Is different from how you sounded then. Do you get inspired by it, or what are your thoughts?
Well, you know, musically, you know, you got to work with a good producer first to give you good beats, because I've been through all kinds of beats in life, you know, just beats. Like I said, a producer has to feel your emotion and where you come from. You can't get off a plane coming from the Bronx and a guy got a beat waiting for you somewhere that he did for the summertime with, you know, roses and daisies. So you got the producer has to feel the artist first, which that's why you got a lot of guys that have like 80 beats on a hard drive and they all whack. That's the ratio is so higher now. You might pick out 2 beats out of 50. Because people don't make good beats like they used to, but you got to have, it's only a few chosen producers that can make a lot of, you know, you can have a lot of junk. You can have like 80 beats of junk. So that's one thing an artist got to be good at, is picking beats, which you do have a lot of artists that don't pick good beats.
Give me an example of an artist you feel like that doesn't pick good beats. I mean, other than Nas. Don't say Nas. I heard you said Nas.
Oh, I mean, it's a lot of them. I mean, it's many of them. I mean, if I go, Heather B will be on the floor if I say it. I mean, it's a lot of them that don't pick
Put
good
me
beats.
in it.
Yeah.
I think it's hard though. You know why? Because some artists like a Nas, he would attribute it to being able to rhyme to anything.
Yeah.
You know, and some
Yeah.
people
Right.
would just give him that credit as an artist. It's what people feel sometimes at the
Yeah.
time, and it may not flow with the album as a collective. But it may
It's
be
a
what
feel
you
thing.
feel. It's
Yeah,
a
feel
feeling
thing.
sway.
Okay.
That's
It's
what
a
I was
feeling.
gonna say. Because
Alright.
beauty in this case is in the ears of the beholder.
Right, right.
So maybe.
Well,
someone,
me as a poet,
Uh-huh.
what I hear a story. Say you hear a story from Jay-Z.
Okay.
You know, you from a producer's point of view, you might hear like maybe he might like all the beats on his first stuff when he was doing
Reasonable doubt.
Reasonable Doubt was perfectly picked.
Yeah.
But then you might have stuff that he might, you heard, but the beat you like damn the. What he wrote about Marcy don't fit on that track, but not on Reasonable Doubt. Everything
Yeah.
was superb, but
Yeah.
I just think a lot of rappers sometimes don't have the element. You know, when you listen to James Brown, Black Caesar,
Yeah.
as a soundtrack, it matched the whole. That
Yeah.
album was a perfectly soundtrack written for that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people will make a soundtrack for a movie and nothing go with the movie.
So
That's
with,
true, too.
with Moose Bumps, an exploration into modern day horripilation. What is horripilation?
Horripilation.
Yeah.
That, well, I guess we never went to science class together. We only went to rap school.
We went to
together.
rap school.
Yeah.
I know the science of rap. Though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you know the science of rap. But horripilation, well, basically, in current times, there's the expression goosebumps. I'm sure you're probably familiar with that. Getting goosebumps. In the year 3000, like all the goose are dead, so it kind of transfers over to moose bumps.
Okay, moose bumps.
But horripilation is the scientific term. Horripilation is the scientific term for goosebumps.
Okay.
And basically what it really means is skin erection.
Skin erection.
Sexy.
So your skin get hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Yep.
Your skin get erect.
So we got the doctor to take care of it.
Okay, and then when you sweat, that's like you busted.
Yeah.
Okay, I
That's
get that.
really
okay,
nasty.
you don't like that? All right.
You came through your skin.
Yeah, that
Y'all are on
That's
some
what it
Freaky
means.
Friday shit.
Yeah.
QBERT is, you very seldom get a chance to see this guy, man. He lurks in the shadows.
Because he's so short.
Damn! Yeah. I love when I hear, DJs on music, on especially rap music. That's how we came up listening to it, cutting and scratching. You don't see it, you don't hear it as much. And when you do, it ain't, you don't know if it's the person doing it or if it's, if something pre-taped or what. How you think technology has helped and hurt, the art of DJing?
Well, I mean, there's good and bad and everything. So I mean, now you could just scratch something. Like if I had an idea, I could record it and scratch it right away.
Yeah.
And then, sometimes the old school way was cool because you had to find it and you could hear all the dust on the record, and it's kind of raw like that too. So I don't know. It's kind of like now it's like you got an acoustic guitar and you got electric guitar. Or you got like an old grand piano and you got like a organ or some keyboards. So it's kind of like now you got best of both worlds. So.
Okay. All right.
A DJ should be flexible, right? So there's a difference between performing in a club, performing for an artist, and then performing in front of these big festival crowds. And I had the opportunity to watch you. I was hosting the stage at Soundset last year, and these kids were so hyped from the artists that came out. And I was like, wow, this is going to be crazy for them. I'm going to see how they adjust to a DJ set. And you literally shut it down. What was it like for you being out there and seeing that, and how did you mentally adjust for something like that?
You talking about when I was doing a show with my crew, Invisible Scratch Pickles?
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember that in Minnesota.
I don't know. We've been doing so many years. It's like we're used to it. So
Okay.
used to the tomatoes.
So it's not a different mindset for you. You just go in it where it's just like you don't approach it like a nightclub, or you just say, this is my set, this is what we doing, and we go into it that way.
Well, it's different because we're like kind of a little bit hardcore DJs. So we'll do like like a musician type thing, and then a club DJ would more play like hits for people to dance to. So that's a little bit something two different things.
Two different things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're more like just kind of like acrobatics up there doing a show.
It was dope.
Now
Thank you.
Now here's one thing. I want everybody in the room to work with me on this one. Everybody in the
Kool
room.
Keith, ladies.
Okay,
and
you
Dr.
got.
Octagon.
Okay, this is the crisis that we're going through.
Okay.
Okay, you got two dials, right? We got two different dials, right? Okay. People are mad at the slurred speech, lean people that rap, right?
Yeah.
So you get a guy to rap, right?
Yeah.
Then you turn the dial to another station. You got somebody going, when I see the people rock and dance, and make you get up and do the dance and stand, and then get your man, say at the top of a can we jam? So
That went real. Yeah.
what do we do with two dumbed down things? How do we take it? How can you say which one is real when they both dumbed down? And I'm serious. That fucks my head up. So I turn left and I turn right. You could get dumb that way. You can get dumb left.
You
And then the people are mad on the left hand side at the people on the right hand
Right-hand
side.
side. The right
So
hand
it's
side.
two. It's both.
Yeah.
It's nothing in the middle.
There's a lot in the
Kool
middle.
Keith, go ahead.
You turn left. When I say the people rock and jam, when I come, that's who I am. Then you go. So I'm saying, what do you do?
Listen to Kendrick.
One is ABC.
Listen to Kendrick. That's a good one.
No, one is AB. No, I'm serious. One is ABC.
Yeah.
And one is just slurred. Like, so what's right? I'm trying to
Wonder,
say.
what you wanna say?
what is
I want to
right?
say, so I see you're kind of like making a generalization of the early '80s kind of sound. Is that what Ultramagnetic was? Was it?
No,
like
no, you know that we was choosing scientific matter. I probe for evidence.
Yeah.
You know, positive
was it a-
beams
was
for
it a
average
reaction?
formulation applied mechanically, maintainable, displayed, expressed by alternating. That was us. We wasn't.
I know, but
when
was
I
it-
damn the people
That's what
rock.
I'm
You know what I'm
saying.
saying? So I'm saying.
Was it a reaction to those
No,
people
no,
that were doing
those are
party
people.
rocket?
Those
You know
are
what I'm saying?
people. Some of those jam records came out before we made.
So it's a
records.
generational thing.
So I'm saying, but people think it's a disrespect if you say, if you dumb down that way. It's two kinds of dumb downs.
Okay.
It's two.
Two kinds.
two kinds
But
of
there
dumb
is
downs.
the space in the middle, Keith. There is.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
yeah,
people logically think, you know,
Yeah, that's
I don't know. Then you got the people that be like, yeah, you know, we need to go back to that. Do you go back to the nursery terms?
No,
Yeah.
but you see, you never go back.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, like, it's not anything to do with rap, but like it's everything to do with rap in the sense of like, if you were like to buy, like you Sway, I mean, right, were to buy like a pair of Air Force Ones, right?
Okay.
You might be, that's really cool, right? And you know, you're old enough to have a kid now, right? That like would be out to buy shoes. They're not gonna buy Air Force Ones because that was their dad's shoe or something
Yeah.
like that. You know what I mean? It's
No,
not.
but let me correct you.
They're gonna buy the
Jordans-
Yeezys.
Hold up.
Right, they're
Yeah.
gonna buy the
But
Yeezys.
check it
exactly.
out. The Jordans that came out a long time ago, right? Like say them robot sneakers that Kobe had one time. Remember, I had them joints. Remember them white robot sneakers? that he had?
Yeah.
If them come out today, people buy them like they're brand new. The store, Foot Locker, put them same issues right back out. But the kids
Retros.
don't know those.
Yeah, but the
they
kids,
think they brand new shoes.
But the kids aren't buying those like they're buying
The Yeezys.
You know what I mean? And that's the difference in terms of like why should some 20-year-old listen to Jay-Z? Jay-Z could be their grandpa. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
yeah.
like you want to listen to your grandpa's rap. No, I mean he's great. No offense.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
come
I
from
know,
that
I get the point, yeah.
and
But-
so much rap and so much like flow has happened over the years that it's almost like they just had to find a new way to go. And it's funny because I've been producing records for a long time.
Yeah.
And I mostly do rock records because rap to me is like it's one type of thing. I do them when I do them. You know what I mean? But the thing is all these years with rap, I've always been going like hip hop. I've always been like, you know what I need from you? I need more personality. I want charisma, and I want you to have some melody.
Yeah.
Right. And now every record is melody and charisma. They just forgot the skills part for a lot of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in a way, it's way more palatable because the melody's there and the charisma's there, and
Yeah.
then that's actually what. As producers want, we always want that.
That
And they just-
ingredient,
But
yeah.
I don't
and it's
wanna-
like the YouTube generation, you know,
Yeah.
where like everything's cut down. You know, like no one watches a TV show.
Yeah.
Let's just get down to business.
Yeah.
It's melody, charisma.
But I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah.
I think Jay-Z. I think Jay. Hold up. I think Jay-Z rap better than a lot of. You can't knock all the rappers. Some of the rappers rap with the dudes of the time right now. If your style is advanced, you can't be knocked for your style being advanced because your style is still, regardless of a child's age. If you could rap with the kids now, the kids still. Jay-Z is on what? The record with Future?
Yeah.
you don't sound offbeat
Top
to
off.
me.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
Nah.
the age thing.
Yeah.
It's the age thing. I'll tell you. Can I tell you a little story?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, like one. This is about 4 or 5 years
This
ago.
is Dan the Automator, by the way.
Like about 4 or 5 years ago, I was in a bar in Las Vegas, and I was sitting there with Pos from De La Soul,
Okay.
Alchemist, Just Blaze,
Ooh.
and we're just sitting there. We're having a drink, right, at the little table, and some young girl's like with her friends, like one table over, and she comes up to us and she's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And she wasn't hitting on us. She was just kind of like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And she was, years younger than us and whatnot. And she was like, what are you guys doing? And like, we're like, yeah, just having a drink, hanging out. And she's like, me and my friends were about to go to this club. You should come with us. And then she goes like, I don't know who it was, but it was like, this guy, he's a protege of Tiesto. You should come, right? And we're like, yeah, we're cool. We're going to sit here and have a drink. And then she's like, don't you guys like Tiesto? And then no, we're cool. We're just going to sit here and have a drink. And she's like, do you guys like music?
It's Just Blaze, Dan the Automator,
Alchemist.
Wow.
Yeah, and then what happens is she's friendly. She's not being mean about it or nothing.
Yeah.
She's real friendly. And then like she's like the right kind of standing like, say you're sitting right there. She's standing like between me and Just Blaze. And Just is like, you know who that is, right? It's like, and he goes like, yeah, he did the Gorillas, this and that. She's like, yeah, whatever. I was like, you know who that is? He did Jay-Z. And she's like, who's Jay-Z?
Nah, she's trolling.
No.
She said, "Who's Jay-Z?"
Yeah, but to
Y'all
be
are in
fair,
America.
man, we're in Vegas. You know what I mean? It was like,
Nah, man, she know Beyonce.
Yeah, I know she would.
If
Yeah,
she didn't know his music, at least she knew Beyonce.
Yeah, for sure she did.
Well,
But
I'm
the
gonna
thing
tell
was,
you,
though,
she was cool. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Man, I
it
mean, the
wasn't like
world
that,
is so
yeah.
big, though. Nobody's not gonna know you. I mean, you could go in a place and see the biggest race car driver, and you don't even know who he is.
That's
and you'd be
facts,
like, this
too.
guy's the France champion of France with Jackie Stewart or something.
Yeah.
You won't even recognize him. A lot of people, you're famous in what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
You could throw a javelin and the guy walk right past you in the morning down Avenue Americas, and you don't even know he's the top javelin thrower in the world.
I love that you dug up javelin, man. Let's play up. Let's play.
Sway used to do track and field, man.
Dan, talk to Heather about this. We known each other since high school. Go ahead, talk.
Yeah, no, he was a running fool, man. He was track and field champ, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
I was a running fool.
yeah, he was
We've
like,
been needing proof.
Get back here.
nah, he was like,
Okay.
for real, like, nah, man, he was on the track team, man.
Cool,
He was-
though.
Thank you, Dan. They be hating on me here, man. All right, hey, so the new album is out today, Moose Bumps, an exploration into modern day horripilation. Dr. Octagon is back. QBERT is here, Dan the Automator. We're going to open up the phone lines. This is Octagon. What first track on the album? Pick up the album. Exploration into modern day horripilation is out today. Dr. Octagon is back. Interesting conversation. Dan the Automator is here. QBERT's here. Kool Keith is here. We got Robert from San Diego on the line. What up, Robert?
Hey, Robbie.
Yo, what's up, Sway? Good morning. Good morning to the whole Sway morning show.
Thank you, man. Good morning, Rob. It's Rob, y'all. Big Rob.
Rob.
What's up, Bobby?
Yeah. Nah, man, just gonna shout out Dr. Octagon, man. I've been listening to him since I was young.
All right.
From
thank
Blue Flowers and all that other good stuff.
That's what's up.
Blue Flowers, Earth People. That was a big one, too.
That was a big one.
Earth People is big, I really noticed. Let me tell you something. It's go to show the records are big. Like I looked at sometimes you look at just your social network of that time, and then when you go do the research of Octagon, and you might look at a person trying to judge the record. Like say somebody have a magazine or something, their magazine might be a small magazine making a quote, right? But then you look at your Octagon stuff, you see like the videos, you look at Blue Flowers, they got 1 million+ views and stuff like that. It's funny how your records are sometimes bigger than your social life. So that means that stuff was all collage bigger than before this stuff came out, before the internet came out. Now the internet is big.
Yeah.
But the records were bigger.
When people don't get Dr. Octagon, because not everybody gets Dr. Octagon.
They're not supposed to, though.
Oh.
Really?
No, because
Well, you know, what's funny, though?
no.
A lot of people secretly got it.
But you're not. No. Seriously, and I don't mean this in any kind of exclusive way. I just mean like, if you make music for everyone, what are you really making it for? You follow
Yes,
me?
yes.
Well,
I've
give
been
a round of
saying
applause
this,
for that.
man.
Yes.
You know, I can say one thing I give
Facts.
we give ourselves appreciation for when we made that album. We made that first album.
Yeah.
The rock stars loved it. The rave kids loved it. The rappers loved it. The hip hop loved it. It crossed the what they used to call it, alternative.
Yeah,
Loved it.
yeah.
That nobody can do that. Nobody
Yeah.
made an
Y'all was
album
big
that
in
went
genres.
to
Yeah.
everybody like that.
We got Chancellor on the line from Charlotte. What up, Chancellor? Big Chancellor. Chancellor. Hey.
Yo, good morning, everybody. Sway, Heather B, Tracy G,
What up?
Dr. Octagon.
Go for it. Say what up. What's your question? What's your
Not
comment?
much, man. I got plenty of respect for you, Dr. Octagon, but to me, that was Octagon trash. I didn't like it at all. But I'm pretty sure it's somebody out there that like it.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's just a single, but I got a whole bunch of records.
Hey, you know, like,
That ain't
it's
the-
not
that-
meant
that
for
was-
everybody, man.
He just said it's not
Yeah,
meant for
for
everybody.
It ain't meant for everybody.
You know, but try the album out, Chancellor. It's how many tracks on the album? Like 13?
12,
12?
something like
that. Yeah.
Try the album out and then challenge yourself. Adam from Cali is on the line. What up, Adam?
Adam.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
It's Adam, man. Pick it up.
Adam's here. What's up? How y'all doing?
Doing great, man. Go ahead. What's your question?
Oh, nothing, man. I listened to the stream of the new album last week. I've been bumping y'all since the 90s. Dan the Automator, Lovage.
Oh, cool. Thank you, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then Dr. Octagon, Blue Flowers, classic, the new album. Love it. I don't know what old boy's talking about, but out here in Central Valley, California, we bumping it hardcore, man, every day, all day. Thank you for
thank
keeping
you,
it
man.
real and old school.
Thank you. Hey, right.
Well, you
that's-
know, he'll learn later, though. You know, he'll
No,
learn
yeah,
later.
like I said,
Yeah, but like you
it
said, an
don't
album, that's Automator's favorite track. But everybody got favorite tracks that they like and they do like. So we don't worry about that. You know me, I've done like 50 albums and stuff like that. So we always made, classic
up to
albums. Some
50
people don't
for
have
real?
that.
Are you 50
About
albums?
50 albums.
Did you 50 albums now?
Yeah.
It's
About
real,
50
too.
albums.
Cool
I made
Keith.
a lot of albums.
Huh?
Is that more than Too Short?
Oh, I don't know how many albums Too Short made.
That's a good question, but I think that's more than everybody if he's made 50 albums.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, 50 albums. 40 might have, I'm curious.
Might have, yeah.
40 short. We'll look it up. Let's look it up. Chico, what up? What you want to say? You in Cleveland.
Chico.
What's good? What's good? How y'all doing, man?
Good,
Yeah.
man. Go ahead.
Chief, what's good? Clifton!
What's going on?
Santiago!
Yeah, Clifton.
How you doing, man?
I'm all right. I'm just chilling, up here with,
Yeah, man.
doing what we have to do and stuff like that. We've been doing this for years, laying down this groundwork, being
Yeah,
different.
hey, I got a quick question, though.
Yeah.
What inspired you to make that Black Elvis album, man?
I just wanted to be unique and different, that's what
You
made
definitely
me.
that, man.
Yeah, because everybody was sounding the same, so we had to do something to be different anyway. So basically, that was my thing, to be innovative. I opened a lot of doors for everybody to be different. That you
Word.
that you see actually happening right now. I open the doors so people can be different.
That's what's
Hey, I just want to say one thing, though. The
What?
girls don't like the job.
Yeah.
Secretaries don't like my
the
ways.
Right.
Chico, you a
Classic,
citizen,
man.
man.
Let's wait in the morning.
Thank
Just to
you,
go
bro.
back to Too Short really quickly, the little quick research I did, it appears that Too Short has 23 albums.
Oh, damn, man. You got
Oh,
more
I thought
albums than
Tupac had a lot of the records, right? I mean,
Yeah, but a lot of Pac's albums came out posthumously. So after his
okay.
passing is when his came out. I'll be curious to 40.
Right.
What do you got? You guys going on tour too?
yeah, we are going on tour. So another thing I want to address.
Okay,
what
go
about
ahead.
people? What about people hold? All right, let's talk about records that people do get and they hold them and they cherish them. Like you might only have them. Say somebody send you a record. Like say you get a record from an artist that you be like, wow, I got the record. I'm the only one that got it.
Yeah.
Do you hold it or you wait till he die to put it out, or you just feel better when the
How they did
person
with
die?
Pac. Uh-huh.
That's what people are doing now. They
Yeah.
like they hold the record and
Like
they,
a collective.
They might
album.
want to talk about it, like,
Yeah.
I got a secret record from such and such, or People, I'm saying, what is your outlook on that?
I try to give people. I get that concept. You try to hold on into it like you holding on to a pair of sneakers that only a limited edition,
And they're gonna turn yellow anyway.
Yeah. Someday it's gonna have a lot of value to it, so on and so forth.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
Speaking of this new album right here,
Yeah.
if you get it right now because it's only a limited edition and there's a secret glitch in the Matrix. So if you get it, it's a collector's item. We're not going to talk about the secret glitch in the Matrix right now, but if you get it, it's going to be...
Is it on vinyl? Or?
It's on vinyl, yeah. You can get it on vinyl right now. But whoever gets it, you can make a lot of money from it. Let's just say that right now.
Well, where it bothered, I think it was bothering him because he didn't like the technology of what happened.
We can't talk about the glitch in the Matrix right now. We'll talk about that later.
But see, that's what it's always a story behind the concept with all three of these guys. So, and to me, I value that because I know you put real thought and effort and passion into the project.
Yeah.
So I like that. QBERT was very cryptic in what he was just saying.
I peeped that.
But that's what. But it was important for him to say it.
It's the allure.
Well, no, but here's the thing, and we were talking about like everything from making beats in 5 minutes or whatnot.
Yeah.
If you have the platform to do it, why won't you explore all angles of doing it? I mean, I respect your time enough, not you, but you metaphorically, whoever, that if you're going to bother to listen to it, I should put all the effort and all the stuff into it so it's actually a work. It's not like, here's this song that like, we flipped out in 10 minutes or something. It's like we actually worked on.
It's not just a product.
Right.
Yeah.
So like a lot of records I hear, it's like, this is one thing I do not like about modern music when we're talking about stuff. I don't like how you get like a real hot artist and then you put them in the room with like 12 different producers or something like that.
Yeah.
And then every song's kind of different and there's no growth because everything's like, oh, this is what you sound like with so and so. This is what you sound with I don't know, Mike Will, or and you find yourself not hearing the expansion that you might have had if you have a collaboration.
You mentioned Mike Will made it. I appreciate and respect him as.
I think he's the one from this era actually because he does like from pop music to rap music and stuff. I think he's got the ears or the talents that of this group of people that came out right now that I probably respect the most.
Producer of the era.
Yeah.
Mike Will made it.
Mike Will made it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
To answer your question, if I got a Kool Keith first, right? I'm gonna put it out while Kool Keith is here breathing.
Oh, you saying people do that? They like to.
I like to get the flowers out now, man.
People,
and I don't want to like, yo, this is something Kool Keith or this is something so and so gave me who's no longer with us.
Yeah.
We can't even celebrate that together.
So when are you gonna release that Wu-Tang record you bought?
Soon. That's coming soon, man.
Yeah.
Keith, you gave us a song called Waffle House.
Yeah.
What now? Is that a new song?
Well, that's a song, I always bring you treats,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's Waffle House. Like, everybody got to get their breakfast and go by the Waffle House, and you know what I'm saying? So, did everybody have their waffles this morning?
No, I didn't have no.
Ask everybody out there in Radio Land, did they have their waffle?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, I don't think nobody ate waffle.
So, that's what we're going to do right now.
Okay.
We want to let everybody go get some breakfast.
Okay, this is Waffle House by Kool Keith. It will take more of your calls. Sway in the morning, Shade 45.
Sway in the morning, exclusive on
4 a.m. It's the Waffle House. 5 a.m. Let's do it again. Do it again.
Hey, brand new Kool Keith. Sway in the morning. Dr. Octagon, QBERT is over here crying, laughing.
That shit is funny as fuck. Oh my God.
Yeah, like I said, sometimes you got to get back to business. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't mad at you, man. Kool Keith, man. Biz from Brooklyn on the line. Biz, what you want to say?
Peace. What's going on? Top of the morning, everybody.
Yeah.
What up, Biz? What you want to say?
I want to say that I think these kids is really missing out. I don't care if he's Dr. Octagon or if he's Kool Keith. This brother is one of the top 5 MCs, period.
Right.
Hands down when it comes to calling people MC.
Okay, there it is, man. All right. There you said what he was feeling. Yo, what you think, Lito? You in Chicago? What you think, Lito?
Lito
the Prince.
Lito the Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely fucking with my man, though, Octagon. Straight up, yo, that shit was dope as hell.
But that's the Waffle House. That's like I gave that to DJ Wonder and Slay. That's something I just gave them. Like, but we do a lot of records for albums. Then we got we record naturally.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't go in the studio sometimes because we sign with Columbia and all that. You know, most of the rappers make a record because they just sign. We make records all year round.
All year round. Hey, Lito the Prince, thank you, man. I appreciate you. You're a citizen.
Sway in the morning.
Hey, I want to thank y'all for coming by, man. Give these guys a round of applause.
Yeah.
This is a conversation we can have for a couple of hours.
Yeah, man.
Really, the history in this room, I didn't even do it justice because I know I got a project to talk about and to promote. But the history in this room, we got to come back off cycle when it ain't a project, and we could just keep having these conversations.
Sure,
and Dan and QBERT and Keith, all of our history go back so deep.
Yeah.
These QBERT and Dan, Sway, Tech, we were all playing in the same schoolyard.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're the kids in the same sandbox. Some of us got there a little sooner than others, just a little bit though. And all of us have been dedicated to the culture. And listen how Dan and QBERT and Keith talk about their passions. You know, it's like the same way we talked about it in day one.
I was you and Rod hanging out all those days.
We don't say that name on air.
Oh,
but
sorry. Tech.
Shout out to King Tech.
Stop self-snitching.
And I came out to LA.
Sorry about that.
When y'all had the wake up show.
Yeah.
Me and Cutmaster Kurt.
Yep. Kurt, you guys.
Motion Man.
What's up to Paul Laster? I said his real name.
Paul Laster.
We still wake up show, still here Monday nights on Sirius XM, doing it out of LA. Y'all know, you know, you been. But yeah, man, I'm happy, proud to say I'm your friend, I'm your brother. And keep making this, man. Keep making music. You know, stay
said, like it ain't meant for everybody. Like he said. But you know,
more importantly, Sway was a track star.
Thank you, man. And Automator, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, man. Let's tell the history right, man. Come on, man.
Yeah,
all right.
One more time. Sway was a track star.
Yeah, that might be a song. All right. Don't forget to pick up the album Moose Bumps, an exploration
into modern day
horripilation.
Yes.
Dr. Octagon, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, who we got, DJ Wonder?
Smoke Perp and Murder Beats. I think you guys should actually meet them. It's a
honestly. You know, these dudes are part of that new generation, that new movement that's happening.
Yeah, I respect the new movement.
Man,
Definitely.
I ain't got another.
Because it keep you sharp. It keep you sharp. It keep I had to play Waffle House. Let them know.
But it might be interesting if you would have asked the Murder Beat some.
Now all y'all
questions.
go get your waffles out there. Get your waffles.
That's up next, man. Smoke Perp fans, Murder Beats fans, come and get at us. 888-742-3345. We'll be about to play now. I wonder.
What do you guys want to play? You want to play Power of the World or Operation Zero? Power of the World?
No, let's play Area 54.
Area 54. Okay, Dr. Octagon.